Given that the major powers, they often hold very different views on issues like North Korea.
Yeah, that is true. But the EAS consists of countries which have an interest in the Asia Pacific. I mean, we're all Asia Pacific countries, and we have a shared interest in the stability and the prosperity of the region. And we hope that by talking it over and by having this forum where not only do we meet and we state our positions to one another, but we meet and we have a chance to engage, and people have one-on-one bilateral meetings and discussions, that gradually we can make progress on these issues and manage them and make them a bit easier to resolve. They're not going to disappear in a hurry. There's no magic solution to this. But if you don't talk about it, there's every prospect that it can get worse. If you talk about it, you should be able to prevent it from getting worse. If you're lucky, you can make it a little bit better.
PM, if South China Sea is a barometer of ASEAN unity and credibility, where does the grouping stand after this week's summits? At the same time, what measures will you use to assess whether the COC discussions are being fast-tracked or not?
Well, the COC discussions, there's an agreement there, or there's a commitment by the Chinese to complete the framework for the COC by the middle of next year. So that's quite clear. I mean, by the middle of next year, you will know whether you have a framework for the COC or not. As for the cooperation within ASEAN, I think on the South China Sea, there's quite a range of perspectives for reasons which I've explained, mentioned in my rally speech, enumerating where each country stood. But on other areas, the differences in interests are not so stark, and so there's better possibility for us to work together. I don't think that differences in perspectives on the South China Sea can easily be overcome, because they are fundamental to the strategic situations that the countries are in, and therefore the way they see the world, what are the threats, what are the opportunities, who are the allies, who are the neutrals, who are the potential adversaries. These are realities of international relations, and we have to navigate and find our position, find our way through such an unpredictable world.
PM, on the part on South China Sea, the tensions, how has the economic impact been multilaterally or on the ground itself? Is it a cause for concern?
Well, I think it affects the mood, the atmosphere of peace and calm and confidence in the region. The region has prospered because there has been peace, because the countries have worked together cooperatively, because we have deepened our interdependence and our trade and our investments. And we all need that. I mean, even Premier Lee Hsien Loong said today that even China needs a peaceful and stable environment, because China is a developing country, and if you don't have a peaceful and stable environment, then China's growth and development will be affected. And similarly with all the other countries in the region. So I think when you have tensions in the South China Sea, the confidence, there is an impact when people make decisions on investments. It affects. They won't say that this is a decisive factor, but it's one of the things which affects their decision. And if, in fact, because there's tensions, there's a mishap, there's an encounter at sea, or two ships collide, or the temperature goes up further, then of course there will be a big impact, because then confidence will really be shaken, and you will have a big problem. So it's one of those situations where you don't feel that it is good, but neither can you say, I can count how many dollars it has cost me. It is doing me, it's a minus for me, I know it, and we really should mitigate that risk as much as we can.